Hi, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Today I want to talk a little bit about the alternatives to ad networks. Okay, so today I want to talk to you guys about alternative ways of generating revenue, and it's mainly to get your guys' opinion of something. So I've always said that the ways to make money through apps are, you could count them all on one hand. You could do purchases, through sales, or also through in-app purchases, whether that's subscription based or just like a one-off unlock or remove ads, that kind of stuff. You can also do it through advertisements, obviously, so that a lot of our success comes through serving ads through the apps. You could also probably you could probably do affiliate ad networks, so having people actually subscribe to newsletters and stuff within your app. Now we're doing this with AirSpy, and we have people subscribe to like a spy training newsletter, and then we start we send the newsletter each week, and on one of them I put an affiliate ad in, and to be honest with you, it's been running for about 3 months and I've not made a single cent on that. But anyway, I'll talk about that another day. And I suppose you could do sponsorship. So if you could get somebody to sponsor your app, like a company, that would be almost the same as advertising, except you could actually go that way. And we did talk with a major company once about them sponsoring AirSpy, and we went through a lot of like prototypes, and in the end it just never went through. But so lately I've been quite a few times I've been contacted by companies that are not ad networks. But what they say is they want to be able to put an SDK within my app, and then I would generate revenue without having to serve ads. And it's always sounded really dodgy to me, right? So like one of them, what I spoke to at the end of November, was called One Audience, and they kept sending me these emails saying $30 eCPM, per user, but you don't have to display ads. You could just do everything the way you're doing it, but it would just be revenue that comes in. So I was intrigued, so I did speak to them, and there's certain things that just, there's certain things that just red flags that come up with this kind of stuff. First of all, the guy who signed the email, he signed his name with a $, and I just thought, God, it's just, all right, but let's find out. You got to find out what's out there. And basically what it was when I spoke to him, it's like it's an SDK you put in. It's really not clear about what it does, but it sends user data back to their servers, so that they not based on the individual. Supposedly it's anonymous, but I'll send like your device, the types of apps you have installed and that kind of stuff, and you have to add additional permissions. Now the reason I always, whenever a new ad network comes forward and asks me some stuff, that's what I always ask: what permissions do you need? Because I'm not adding any more permissions in this app, right? My app has the word spy in it, and it's like everybody's suspicious of it, right? And every so often I get that somebody who leaves a review saying there's a virus in it, and it's like, the more SDKs I add in, the more well, there is no virus in it, but going with legitimate companies. And one of the reasons is I ignore companies like this. So this one was called One Audience, and I don't know if any of you guys have used it. So basically you put the SDK in the app, you have to give some permissions like get accounts, and then, but the thing is you also have to put like you have to put their privacy policy at the bottom of the app description. So, and when I asked the guy about it, like I said, this was a few months ago. In the end, I decided not to go with it. When I asked the guy about it, I said, well, what other apps are actually using this? And he said, well, our users, our publishers don't really like to advertise the fact that they're using our service. And I thought that also sounds really dodgy. If you look at the website, they look like a legitimate company, but it's the kind of things that was just on the fringes of what I would allow. And so basically, but because you have to put their privacy policy in your app description, it was easy just to go onto Google Play and search for that policy URL and see some of the big names that are on there. They're not big names, but they're lots of downloads. Anyway, so what I wanted to ask you guys about this week. That's not the first time that's happened. I've had people say, "Oh, you don't even have to display ads. All you need to do is enable the microphone permission." Right? That just sounds really bad. There's so many companies out there that will, if you get like enough users, well, first of all, you get the ad networks that just pop up all over the place and want you to use their ad networks, but then you also get these other ones, these fringe ones, and I've never used any of them because I'm afraid of getting suspended. So I wanted to ask you guys if any of you have used anything like this. If you use anything that's not that's not an ad network, that's not purchasing, that's not newsletters or whatever, something that maybe the rest of us haven't even thought about, because like this is the kind of thing where I wasn't going to go through with it, but every so often I pick it up again because you think, well, if it is legitimate, but in the end I'm not going with that. But there might be other things out there that I don't know about. Maybe I need to count them on two hands, so anyway, if you guys just let me know in the comments if there's anything that you've tried that worked or didn't work. I think it'll be beneficial for all of us. And that's it for today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.